Hello and good evening to you, wherever you may be. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come into your world and on your phone, on your computer, on your TV, wherever you may be, and to thank you for taking the opportunity to listen to this great and mighty message. On this evening, the second day of 2022, I come to you not as the prophet, not as God or the Word of God, but as a spokesperson for His Holiness Pope Peter Emmanuel I, the spokesperson for all of our great ancestors, and particularly among them, and first among them, François Makandal. François Makandal, our person whom we have resurrected and who represents our movement for independence, for human dignity, and for protection in this life. Today marks the second day of the new year, and we give everyone else the opportunity to come and to say to you, a happy new year. A happy new year. And we ask ourselves, what does it mean? The same way when somebody says Merry Christmas, we say, what does it mean to have a happy new year? How can a person be happy? How can you be happy when you're preoccupied with dying and going to heaven? How can you be happy when you face so many challenges? Maybe this past year ended for you where you lost people who were dear to you. A few years ago, we came to you and we said that this pandemic, COVID-19, is not going to go away. It was brought here for a reason, to humble the arrogance of humanity before man and before God. And as time has dragged on, what is built to us as the most powerful country, the most advanced country in the world, has lost almost 1 million people due to the COVID-19 virus. And one would say that should be unacceptable for a nation such as the United States of America. So we come now, and we went through 2019, went through 2020, and we face the challenges. Okay? And what we wanted to tell you today, and as I speak on behalf of the Pope, as I speak on behalf of François, on behalf of Booker T, on behalf of Marcus Garvey, while our message is global and open to all, it is also specific to our people and to ourselves, because we have a particular struggle. And in 2022, we're going to face many difficulties. It's not that we have not had difficulties before, but we're going to face even more difficulties. If you recall, in 2020, for the first time ever in the United States of America, a coup d'etat was attempted by Donald Trump. And we had flirted with Donald Trump. We have to admit that. And Donald Trump said, just like Hitler before him, this is what he's going to do and this is how he's going to do it, and he did it. Donald Trump lifted the lead of a 50, 60 years of overt racism and overt discrimination which had occurred in the United States against the people of Ham and the descendants of the African diaspora and the people of Egypt. And Donald Trump said he would do that. And he lifted this veil of silence and secrecy. And then we come to learn today that many of the people who went to Washington on the 6th of January 2020 were not themselves right wing, uneducated, gun toting, so called Ku Klux Klan people. But they were the very same liberals, the judges, the police chief, the policemen from predominantly large cities in the United States of America, such as Houston, Texas, such as Dallas, Texas, such as Plano, Texas, such as Collin County, Texas, such as Brazoria County. They were county clerks. They were district attorneys. They were all these people who look at us and smile in our face and tell us that they are abiding by the Constitution of the United States of America. These are the people who participated in the abortive coup, the coup d'etat of January 6, 2021. And they're right there, still serving in positions of authority and hold sway over my freedom and your freedom and my family's freedom and my family's dignity. And so, as I come to tell you today about 2022, I'm not just going to say to you, Happy New Year. What is there to be happy about? What is there to be happy about if you're still unemployed? What is there to be happy about if you still ain't getting the sex that you want? If you're a woman, you ain't getting the man that you want. If you're a man, you're not getting the woman that you want. So there's nothing to be happy about. So I don't come just to say to you, have a happy new year. I'm coming to tell you, if this year is going to be happy for you, what you have to do to make it happy. And what's our problem? The majority of our problem, which we have to know, is while we live this life, our problems are many. Our problems are many. But to conquer death, you only have to die. But here's the thing, it's easy to die. Every day we wake up, some parameter is looking to take us down. Forget about the police, forget about the court, forget about the judges. Just look at the reality of the life around us, whether it's a traffic accident, whether it's an aircraft crashing into your house, whether it's your house blowing up from a gas leak. Death is imminent. But the goal is to stay alive. The struggle is to stay alive, no matter how hard it is, because it has been harder. If you imagine the price that our ancestors paid to get us this far, then you'll understand that what we face is minuscule, and we must be proud to embrace life, to embrace hardship, and to embrace the struggle, because it's easy to transition. So while we live, our troubles are many, and we must embrace our troubles. Now, what is the main trouble that all of us have? The main trouble that we have is the lack of money. The lack of money. Yes, the lack of money to solve our problems. If we get arrested, we need bail money. If we get convicted, we need restitution money. If we have to go to trial, we need attorney money. So everything in the society is based on money. And so how can you have a happy new year if you still face the problems you faced last year, which is lack of money? So that's what I come to tell you today. That in 2022, you need to have a money plan. In 2022, you need to set a goal of having confidence in yourself, confidence in your drive. And you must realize that time waits on no one. So whatever your goals are, you have to put it to play for you. And 2022 is no better year than any other year. You must solve your money problem. Okay? You must settle those things that you have left unsettled. Okay? You must work. If you say you wanted life insurance, if you say you wanted to write a will, If you say you have land issues that you need to settle like we do, we need to get them settled. Okay? You have to work on changing your lot in this life. Now, I want to tell you something else, that 2022 is going to be a very challenging year. A very challenging year for the people and the government of the United States of America. The United States of America is a great and mighty power that once upon a time went around the world telling people how to hold elections, how to become a liberal democracy. And yet in 2020, we witnessed the subversion of the United States democracy. In 2020, we witnessed the drive to reverse the ability of people like me and people like you and people like us to cast a ballot in what is billed as the biggest democracy in this world. So if the United States is going to deny us the right to vote, then how can the United States go around the world and criticize countries like China, countries like Russia, countries like Iran, countries like North Korea, countries like Cuba and Venezuela, and you know all of the others? How? How can she do that? When Trump was single-handedly able to subvert the democracy of the United States of America. So we face some major challenges here in 2022. In a midterm election, we have people who are running unopposed, whom have used their offices over and over, right here in Collin County, Texas, and in many other counties around the United States of America. We learned that in Brazoria County, in Pearland, Texas, that the district clerk systematically denied Hispanics and African Americans the ability to serve on juries in the 21st century. So what do we face? Is it just going to be a happy new year because you say a happy new year? Hell no. Hell no. We're going to face some challenges this year. But we are people who have faced challenges before. We are people who have had to pull ourselves from the bootstrap when we have no boots. We are people who have made brick without straw and pulled money out of thin air when we had none. And therefore, I come this evening to say to you that for 2022 and going forward, that we have to engage in the struggle. And our slogan, as was given to us by François Makandal, and we use François Makandal as our example because François, he struggled against the French in Haiti. He struggled against the French Empire, and he laid the foundation for the destruction of the French Empire. And François had no weapons. He had no guns. He had no bullets. He had no allies. All he had was confidence in himself and confidence in his knowledge of chemistry, confidence in his knowledge of spirituality. And they had brought François from the Congo to Haiti, and he laid the groundworks. And within those groundworks, he had a manifest victory against the French settlers, the French colonialism, and the French slavery. And it is that example that we have to look towards in order for us to be victorious going forward. We have no allies. We don't even have ourselves as allies. And that's why you have to have self-confidence and faith in self. And for that reason, I say to you that in 2022, there's going to be a lot going on, a lot of struggles. In 2022, the fascists and those who plan to subvert and to usurp the political freedoms and the Constitution of the United States of America are going to be very busily at work. While some of you, if not most of you, will be singing and dancing, drinking, snorting cocaine, sniffing methamphetamines or meth, doing heroin and doing fentanyl, and overcoming by having sex instead of being focused on the prize. Your eyes have gone away from the prize, but our eyes at God's electronic army, our eyes at God's electronic army press, our eyes at the Voodoo Nation and the Voodoo Warrior movement, and as a representative and a spokesperson for His Holiness Pope Peter Emmanuel I, and for the spirit of François Makandal and the spirit of Booker T. Washington and Marcus Garvey and all those who have fought for the liberation of the Egyptian people, the African people, as I come to you this evening, as you have partied on New Year's Eve, you were drunk on New Year's Day, you had overindulged, you did your marijuana, you did your cocaine, you did your heroin, you did your alcohol, and I was clean. As you see, I look clean, clean as a whistle. And so now I will take a toast to this new year, to the memory of all of our ancestors, particularly those who are personal to us, our family members, and then to the leaders, to François, to Booker T, to Marcus, that you will know that we got some great difficulties that's going to manifest in 2022. You must prepare yourself. You must be ready. You must be ready to face the struggle. This struggle is real. We told you that COVID would not go away. We're going to have to live with it. It has demonstrated the inequalities in our society. We have witnessed firsthand the coup d'etat. We have seen the movement to deprive us of the franchise. This is nothing new. This has been going on. They have used the law. They have used criminalization to take the franchise from us. And now they want to go to the legislature and to make it full time. We never say permanent because nothing in life is permanent, not even life itself. And therefore, to François, to Makandal, and to Aluta Continua, 2022 will be a year of struggle. 2022 will be a year when we will bring the fight to the feet of our enemies. 2022 will be the year of a manifest victory for the descendants of François, for the descendants of Makandal, and for the house of Makandal. We are confident that we're going to be victorious in all of our struggle to keep our freedom, our struggle to keep our rights, our struggle to keep the franchise, most of all, our struggle for economic liberation. Money cometh, money cometh, and money will come to you, the son and the daughter of Ham. a luta continua, a luta continua.